We are back live. We are here. I'm going through the phone looking at... Now, look, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Hey, Rose, is that you running up and down the hall barking? Is it? I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm in this room and I hear barking going up and down the hall. I mean, is somebody here that, do we have a wolf in the house? Do we? Oh, the place has gone to the dogs, folks. It's gone to the dogs. At least there's no cat. Anyhow, before we get started, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. The Boy Scouts are going to let girls in. I'm not concerned, and they're even going to let the girls become an Eagle Scout, okay? This doesn't concern me as much as what I'm hearing, the new badges that are coming out. Like, there's going to be, they're going to be a new badge called Pull My Pigtails. Okay, a guy can get the Pull My Pigtail badge, or, he's going to go for that one, and then Braid My Hair. Am I wrong? Am I being really bad, Rose? Is that bad? Is it? Okay. Rose is my little compass over there saying, you better watch out. I don't know. Braid My Hair badge, okay? Braid my hair, okay? I'm sorry, can't help it. Going to go to the Boy Scout Jamboree. Girls are going to be putting makeup on the boys. I'm just telling you. Guys are going to be wearing eyeliner, painting their nails. Why am I the bad guy? Why the hell am I the bad guy? The world is going just crazy, and I'm the bad guy. What the hell? All right, let me ask you a question. Do you think, and we're going to get into this at 9 o'clock. I've asked this question. I've already gotten some answers, okay? Do you think it's important to know the personal habits of a candidate for office? And the reason I ask that, stay with me on this. Don't everybody freak out at once, okay? Now, maybe a candidate smokes. Okay, would that prevent the candidate from making a choice of how to vote for taxes or sewer rates or whatever, buying, purchasing, bonds, whatever, running the city? Maybe it doesn't. So should we come on here and say, oh, you're going to vote for this candidate, they smoke, all right? Well, then what about other personal habits like drinking? Okay, well, it's an adult beverage. You're over 21. You can go and have a drink. And, I was with some folks last night that were having adult beverages, but your host, me, I was not, folks. I was not. I don't know. No, drinking water. While the others were having adult beverages. Not me. Anyhow, is that important? Adult beverage from time to time, unwind. Can you make the decisions? What about gambling? So you play the cards, play the ponies, Maybe you put $2 on, Slippery Rock in the third, and you box it, You're over at the track, you got a cheap cigar, you got the racing form, and you just spend in the afternoon. You want, and you take $20 and you have a good time. Does that matter? I don't know, but I want to know from you. Because the Blue Ridge City Council is out of friggin' control. This election is like spinning out of orbit. And I have been contacted concerning some things on a candidate. And I don't know if it's important. I will share some stuff with you after 9, and then you tell me if I should look any further into it. How about that? I'll let you make the call. If you send me a message and say we need more information on this for the voters, then I might go with it. All right, Rand Paul is going to be standing next to the President of the United States, all right? Right next to him, all right? And where is that? I got the story here. Had the story. Trump to sign executive order on Obamacare tomorrow morning. As first previewed over the weekend, tomorrow at 11:15 a.m., folks, 11:15, President Trump will sign an executive order aimed at taking action on health care, or, as the White House put it, to promote health care choice and competition. I have told you on this show, every single campaign promise that Trump can make by himself, he will. You could rest assured, I study the guy, he will. EPA, boom. Coal miners, boom. You name it. Iran deal, we'll see what happens. Immigration, the wall, they're working on a deal now. Chuck and Nancy are a little upset. I mean, as soon as, as the very minute Chuck and Nancy left the West Wing, Chuck was like, I'm going to get the black tie. Nancy, go get your dress out. This is going to be a win for us. It's going to be a black tie affair. Nancy went and got the dress out. Chuck calls and said, woo, put the brakes on that dress, Nancy. Put that back in there. Trump's still talking about that wall. Every single promise that the President of the United States has made to you that he can keep on his own, he will. He will, folks. He's still in touch. That's why he went to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He's in touch with the people. If you think those people come out and President Donald Trump is not in touch with them, okay? You're badly mistaken. All right? Just because Minka showed up at Mar-a-Lago in Florida on New Year's Eve, facelift, bleeding, he said, get the hell out. You're not coming in here. Oh, man, it's a takedown of the country. So at 11:15, President Trump will do something Congress cannot. What did I tell you Monday or Tuesday? Trump is sending every campaign issue back home. Remember? Don't forget, I said it here. He's sending it back home. It is Congress. Oh, by the way, Congressman Doug Collins will be on the show tomorrow, okay? 8:45, Congressman Doug Collins will be on the show. We'll ask him some of these questions. Congress has to take this back home and campaign. Senators have to take this back home and campaign. And they can't blame Trump. So, healthcare, 11:15 today, an executive order aimed at taking action on healthcare, as the White House put it, to promote healthcare choice and competition. After Congress failed to repeal Obamacare, the order, which is expected to further weaken Obamacare, should in theory ease rules on small businesses banding together to buy health insurance through what is known as association health plans, and lift Obama administration limits on short-term health insurance plans, according to a source on a call with administration officials Wednesday night. According to the Hills source, which we have up here also, the order will direct the Department of Labor to modernize rules to allow small employers to create association health plans. Small business will be able to band together if they are within the same state, in the same line of business, or the same association trade. Okay? Rand Paul is expected to be standing there with the president today. Okay? It doesn't appear that the order will go as far as some Democrats feared, though. Liberals are worried that the order will undermine the stability of Obamacare markets because healthy people will be attracted to cheaper new association plans. Folks, watch for these associations to pop up all over the place. Now, now the same state, excuse me for that. Our company, now FetchYourNews.com, used to be a member of an association. Our association, actually, we were the largest in our industry. The association banded together, but we could not compete with the big guys and we were not allowed to buy insurance as a group. So although we had 240 members in our association, okay, although we had 240 members in our association, we could not purchase insurance as a group, which we were not able to compete. Now, I have always said, if they will allow associations to come together and be able to be quoted insurance as an association, all right, it will change insurance rates for everybody. Now, let me tell you what he just did that nobody's going to say. Let me tell you what he's going to do at 11 o'clock that nobody will talk about. Not a soul. Watch, ready? Insurance has blown up at your local level. Now stay with me. You will not, I promise you today, you will not hear this anywhere else. If you go to your counties, okay? If you go to your counties, you will hear, all right? You will hear the county talk about the highest increase is insurance premiums. Your county employees, your city employees, insurance. If you have sit in for the last 8 years like I have and FetchYourNews has and paid attention for 8 years, we have watched premiums go through the roof, okay? Deductibles and co-pays every year for county employees, school employees, city employees. Through the roof. Okay, you take a city employee and they're paying $39 a month. Now, I'm not saying that's the price, but you've got a county employee working for the road department and they're paying $39 a month. Okay, next year that county employee just wants to see $39 a month out of their check. They don't want to see 46. They don't want to see 47. So they have a choice. I've watched it over the years. They have a choice to take the $36 a month out of their check, or $22 a week out of their check, or $30 and keep the same coverage. Or if they take the 22, right, it stays the same, it doesn't cost them any more, their copay goes up and their deductible goes up. I've watched it. Because your counties don't buy as an association. They buy as a county. They're quoted as a county. Your cities, the AGCC, right? That's the association. They don't quote the county. They don't quote the cities. They don't quote the schools. I'm almost positive. I said I'm almost positive because I have watched the counties and the schools the same way. They have to be quoted individual insurance. This should, with the stroke of a pen at 11:15, this should totally change insurance and the ability to purchase insurance on all of your local government levels. This should be big. Watch and see if it gets reported other than here. This should be really big for your local governments. Really big. That they can now band together with every other county in the state in an association and purchase insurance. Cities, Board of Education. Watch and see. Watch and see. Search that out today. Tell me if I'm right. God forbid I ever be wrong, right? I'm yours, BKP. Trump moving right along with health care, whether Republicans do or not. Now, that being said, what do you think? I want to move to another subject before 9 o'clock. And I'm trying to think, why do I want to move to this now? Or do I want to move to it? Okay, let's just go ahead and do it. Have you noticed? Here's all I'm going to ask you. Have you noticed that after the Vegas massacre, okay, the FBI immediately, I'm just asking you to pay attention. The FBI immediately said it wasn't connected. It is not radical Islamic terrorism. All right, I'm not saying it is this morning. The FBI immediately cleared things. The Vegas police immediately did their investigation. And have you noticed, or is it just me, the media has moved on? Have you noticed they sold you 72 hours of what happened, we discovered this, and they moved on? Have you noticed that? This was a whirlwind of information that came to you out of Vegas, and they moved on. Okay? Now, this is from CBS. This story comes from CBS News. All right? Worker warned hotel before Las Vegas shooter opened fire on crowd. A maintenance worker said Wednesday he told hotel dispatchers to call police and report a gunman had opened fire with a rifle inside the Mandalay Bay Resort, a casino hotel, before the shooter began firing from his high-rise suite into the crowd at a nearby musical performance. The revised timeline, there's a revised timeline, has renewed questions about whether better communication might have allowed police to respond more quickly and take out the gunman before he committed the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Have you noticed, I'm just wanting you to say, I have not done the investigation, okay? I just want to say, please, folks, keep in mind that from the FBI, okay, this is the same government officials that are still trying to figure out if somebody in Russia took out a Facebook ad in Michigan to cause 3 people to vote for Donald Trump a year later. Okay? Keep that in mind. Sorry. I tried everything to stay away from that. I apologize. Keep that in mind, that this is the same government that has absolutely let James Comey get away with what he got away with, Hillary Clinton get away with what she got away with, John Podesta, all right? Keep in mind who these people are that have solved this somewhat, especially in the media's eyes, in 72 hours. Keep that in mind. Just pay attention that this happened. This happened, was solved for the most part according to them, and they're moving on, including the media. Keep that in mind. I just think where it comes to the Vegas shooter, as you would call it, Stephen Paddock, there's a whole lot of things that we should really pay attention to and not gloss over too fast. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm asking the question this morning. It'll be after 9 o'clock, but I'm asking the question this morning, do you think it's important to know personal habits of a candidate? Personal habits of a candidate. That's number one. Do you think also there's room in the First Amendment? I know my Constitution's right here. Well, I was reading the 25th Amendment in case of the removal of the president from the office. The 25th Amendment. That is the discussion that's being had on MSNBC, removing the president of the United States from office because he's the president of the people, for the people, and by the people they voted for him. I'm your host, BKP. We'll take a little break. We'll be back right after these messages. We're going to get into that 9 o'clock hour with some of my questions. Trump taking on freedom of speech or liars? Should they be allowed to look at the camera and just lie to you? And I'm going to give you a little back. You're going to get a little behind the scenes of FYN TV Fetch Your News today. Richie, take us to break.